What really happened when Suga stepped onto the Tampa stage, and why did the stadium erupt like never before? Discover the shocking, emotional, and electrifying opening that left fans speechless. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more exclusive stories like this. What does it take for a single artist to transform an entire stadium into a living, breathing wave of energy? What kind of presence makes tens of thousands of voices rise at once, shaking the ground beneath their feet? And what exactly happened in Tampa that night when Suga of BTS ignited day one of his concert with a force so explosive it left even seasoned fans stunned? If you think you've seen it all before, think again, because what unfolded in that stadium was more than just a concert. It was a moment, a phenomenon, a surge of emotion that no one could have fully predicted. From the very beginning, there was a tension in the air that felt almost cinematic. Hours before the gates even opened, fans had already gathered, their excitement spilling into every corner surrounding the venue. There was laughter, anticipation, whispers of theories about the setlist, and a constant hum of energy that refused to settle. Some fans clutched light sticks as if they were lifelines, others rehearsed chants under their breath, while many simply stood still, soaking in the magnitude of the moment they were about to witness. It wasn't just another stop on a tour. It felt like the beginning of something bigger, something unforgettable. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the stadium lights began to glow, casting a surreal aura over the massive crowd. The anticipation intensified with every passing second. Screens flickered to life, sending waves of cheers cascading through the audience. And then came the silence, the kind that only exists for a split second before something monumental happens. It was in that breathless pause that the entire stadium seemed to hold its collective heartbeat. Then it happened. The opening beat dropped. It wasn't just heard, it was felt. It vibrated through the seats, through the floor, through every person present. And when Suga finally appeared, stepping into the spotlight with an aura that was both calm and commanding, the stadium erupted in a way that defied logic. The roar was deafening, a wall of sound that seemed to stretch endlessly into the night sky. It was the kind of reaction that can't be rehearsed or manufactured. It was raw, real, and overwhelming. What made that moment even more powerful was Suga's presence. There was no hesitation, no gradual build-up. From the very first second, he owned the stage completely. His energy wasn't just high, it was explosive, controlled chaos that electrified every corner of the venue. Each movement, each lyric, each glance carried weight, as if he was communicating something deeper than words could express. Fans didn't just watch, they felt connected, drawn into the performance in a way that made everything else fade into the background. The opening sequence itself was a masterclass in intensity. The visuals, the lighting, the sound design, everything worked in perfect harmony to create an experience that was both immersive and unforgettable. Flames of light shot across the stage, synchronized perfectly with the rhythm, while the massive screens amplified every detail of Suga's performance. It was impossible to look away. Even those who had attended countless concerts before found themselves caught off guard, unable to predict what would come next. But what truly set this performance apart was the emotional undercurrent running through it. Beneath the high-energy beats and powerful delivery, there was a sense of vulnerability that resonated deeply with the audience. It was in the way Suga delivered his lines, in the subtle shifts of expression, in the moments where the music seemed to pause just long enough for the emotion to hit. Fans weren't just cheering, they were reacting, feeling, connecting on a level that went beyond the surface. As the performance continued, the energy didn't dip, it escalated. Each song seemed to build upon the last, creating a momentum that felt unstoppable. The crowd became a unified force, their voices rising in unison, their movements synchronized as if guided by an invisible thread. It was no longer just a concert, it was a shared experience, a collective moment that blurred the line between artist and audience. And then came the unexpected moments, the ones that no one saw coming but everyone would remember. A sudden change in arrangement, a surprise transition, a moment of silence followed by an explosive drop. These were the elements that kept the audience on edge, constantly guessing, constantly engaged. It was clear that this wasn't just about delivering a performance, it was about creating an experience that would stay with people long after the final note had faded. There was also something undeniably personal about the way Suga approached the stage that night. Despite the scale of the venue and the sheer number of fans present, he managed to create an atmosphere that felt intimate. It was in the way he interacted with the crowd, the way he acknowledged their presence, the way he seemed to draw energy from them just as much as he gave. It was a reminder that, at its core, music is about connection. As the night unfolded, the emotional intensity only grew stronger. Fans found themselves caught between exhilaration and nostalgia, between the thrill of the moment and the awareness that they were witnessing something truly special. There were moments of pure adrenaline, where the energy reached its peak, and moments of quiet reflection, where the weight of the experience settled in. It was a delicate balance, executed flawlessly. By the time the opening segment came to an end, the stadium was already transformed. The initial shock had given way to a deeper appreciation, a realization that this was not going to be an ordinary concert. It was going to be a journey, one filled with highs, surprises, and moments that would linger in memory. What made it even more remarkable was the way the audience responded. There was a sense of unity that transcended language and background. Fans from different places, different cultures, all came together, connected by a shared love and a shared experience. It was a powerful reminder of the global impact of music, of its ability to bring people together in ways that nothing else can. As the echoes of the opening performance lingered in the air, one question remained: how could anything possibly top this? And yet, there was a sense of anticipation, a feeling that this was only the beginning. If this was how day one started, what else was in store? The answer, it seemed, was something that no one could fully predict. But one thing was certain: the explosive start in Tampa had set the tone for everything that would follow. It had raised the bar, redefined expectations, and created a moment that would be talked about long after the lights had dimmed. So what did you think of this unforgettable opening? Did it exceed your expectations, or did it leave you wanting even more? Share your thoughts in the comments, let us know your favorite moments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that bring you closer to the moments that matter.